Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be taking a first look at Tanya, who is going to be a brand new S-Class promo character coming into Road to Survival. Visually, Tanya looks kind of cool, kind of dumbed down. I don't mind it being like kind of subtle in the visuals a lot of the time. Sometimes I think it can be a bit overdone with how people look. She's just got a bobble hat on, just a normal jacket, trousers, shoes, no backpack. Big thumbs up from me, no backpack. And she's just got a bag on her side. She has got a default weapon, so no attached weapon. Visually looks absolutely fine. She's got pink hair from what we can see, but on the left hand side we can see with her hat off she has blonde hair, which is fading out to pink hair. I guess it's going to be growing out just because you are in Apocalypse. I guess hair dye could be kind of hard to come by, you never know. It looks like maybe purplish pink, I'm not 100% certain. But it looks nice, I like it, and with her art on the actual thumbnail, as you've seen in my video, you can see she's holding a laptop, so I guess she's got like kind of like nerd vibe going on. But a laptop in the Apocalypse is kind of interesting, I guess. Now when we look at her stats, this is with 30 veteran rings, it's 3,908 attack, 4,100 defense, and 4,274 HP. She is a fast character, and she is a medic, and this is quite important because there are not that many medics in the game at the moment in the S-Class era. I think we're into, you know, way into double figures on S-Class characters, and I think we've only got maybe one medic. I'm pretty sure it's just Pete. I don't think anyone else is classified as a medic. If Pete even is himself, he could even be classified as a tank. He doesn't really heal that well either. He is on his active, but he hasn't got like a really good heavy sustained heal. So a lot of these characters that have been coming out with infection, one of the best ways to counter these is with heals, and there just isn't anyone with heals in the S-Class era. So potentially this character could fit into that slot that could potentially work against some infection characters. So we'll take a look at her rush to see what kind of healing she can do. It is called Life Hacks. It's a 66 AP cost rush. Revive one teammate with 50% of their max HP. Up to 2 teammates recover from all penalties and regain up to 50% of their max HP. This character gets a Guardian Shield and 100% AP. So a lot going on in this rush. I think that's like 5 things. Some of this is to herself, so it kind of makes it a little bit weaker because of that. It's not so team overpowered. Revive one teammate with 50% of their max HP is nice, but that part only works if there is actually somebody revivable. If there isn't somebody revivable, or if there are decap teammates, that part does nothing. However, if there is someone revivable, that part will happen first. Then the next part will happen, and then potentially could heal the first person. We'll double check that with some gameplay. But up to 2 teammates recover from all penalties is nice, obviously. You get remove everything. Anything that's negative, it will be removed. So, you know, defense down, attack down, those are negative. Stun, impair, negative. Everything that's a negative penalty will all be gone. But they'll also gain up to 50% of their max HP, and that's where it ties into the revive potentially, because if that character is one of the lowest HP characters still, they should be the ones that gets healed, but we'll find out soon enough. The last bit is just to Tanya herself. But a Guardian Shield is nice. It's only small, but it's a Guardian Shield to herself is nice. The 100% AP is really good. Obviously, she means she's going to be rushing non-stop now. If she did start chain rushing, like I said before, it would mainly just be the heals and recovers. There are ways to deal with this a little bit, but the revive wouldn't really take place unless you're actually taking characters out. So you could effectively remove that part of the rush on the chain. It does mean that you're either going to have to focus this character or keep characters down with decaps or crosshairs on characters, that sort of thing. Those kind of specialists and effects are much more accessible nowadays in the S-Class era, which obviously means that there's just better strategy involved. So it is in your hands to sort of stop this from being an issue, because if you don't, that revive is obviously extremely powerful. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of duels just to show you how the rush works. Basically, we're going to have Zeke hopefully get killed here. There we go, lovely. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. And he's probably going to do his active now. Or he's going to be forced to do his rush. Doesn't matter too much. We'll try and get another Zeke killed. Let's see if that works. Oh, no, he won't do his act. Oh, he will do his active. Okay, we'll try now. Let's get another Zeke killed. Okay, he should take out a Zeke. There we go. So this is perfect. Basically, we'll have Tanya revive one of the Zekes, and there should be a cleanse of one of the 3 characters that are up right now of their 35% heal reduction. No one else will be healed, but because everyone is 100% HP, it could heal the Zeke that gets picked up. If it doesn't heal the Zeke that gets picked up, then the second part of that rush can't ever go to that person. So we'll just pick him up and see what happens. And he doesn't get the second part of that rush. And the 2 characters that got cleansed were Malcolm and Tanya herself. So it did seem to prioritize maybe the fact that people needed to be cleansed. As you can see, the 35% heal reduction got removed. But if Malcolm was stunned, if he was impaired, taunted, that would also get removed. You also notice that Tanya has got her rush again because she gains 100% AP after doing her rush, and she gets a Guardian Shield on herself. Obviously, there are really massive counters out there to AP gain on rushes, and actives for the likes of Angel is a free-to-play character, will hard counter Tanya. So there's definitely options out there to stop this from being an issue, but at the same time, if no one does try to counter it, it's extremely powerful. So Tanya's rush is immensely powerful, but at the same time, I do think it is quite balanced with the stuff that's in the game already. I don't look at this and think I've got no way of combating this. I have various ways I can combat this, while at the same time it could still be devastating to me. So it's kind of a nice balance between powerful and being able to be countered. I like that. There are obviously some characters in the game where there's not much you can do. You just kind of got to sit around and hope for the best and hope that you hit, certain crits, or, hope your rampage attacks goes off. That's not going to be so much the case for Tanya. You can take in specific characters to try and counter this. Obviously, the person who has Tanya can mod their character a certain way to stop that being as much of an issue, but that's the whole strategy. Adding depth to the game is good. We'll go across to the active skill. It is Heal. It has an initial cooldown of 2, cooldown of 4, number of uses 5. This character gains up to 50% of their max HP for 4 turns and recovers from heal reduction. So that is actually pretty insane. Because it's got a cooldown of 4, it means when she pops this, she's going to be constantly popping this off. She doesn't gain any AP, but after her initial rush, she'll be like Arav, where she's always got AP. So it doesn't necessarily, it's not as much of a problem. This is really powerful. Obviously, it's hard to know whether the heal reduction will happen first or second, but we can try and test it out. It'll be quite hard to test out, but we'll try. But yeah, that's obviously a really powerful active, but she will lose a turn for her initial rush because it has got a cooldown of 2. Okay, so this turn, you can see that the trader has his rush. What he'll do is he'll taunt all of my characters and give everyone 100% heal reduction. I'm going to block the taunt by doing focus on everybody, and this is just to see if Tanya's active will heal herself with 100% heal reduction on her, or if it removes the heal reduction, second or first. That's the main idea. We're going to just remove some Guardian Shields, doesn't matter too much. We're going to get rushed by the trader. We will not be taunted because we have focus, and then we'll see what it removes. Does it remove the 100% heal reduction and heal me? Or does it just remove the 100% heal reduction and the heal gets blocked because right now it's 100% heal reduction? So it looks like the heal happens first and then it gets blocked by the heal reduction if it's 100%. So it will only last for 3 turns. It'll only be a 3-turn heal, but there is no heal reduction on me currently. So it looks like the heal reduction gets removed, but it blocks that initial heal. So if you've got 35% heal reduction, it'll be reduced by 35%. Or in this case, if you've got 100%, it will be reduced by 100% and you get 0 HP on that initial heal. So while it can be blocked because the heal reduction comes second, I still think this is extremely powerful. 200% potential heal is insane. It is over 4 turns, but it's going to be up 24/7 pretty much because she can redo her active after it has finished. So extremely powerful. If she's got high HP, it's going to be extremely hard to deal with and very annoying at the same time. It is worth mentioning, however, because she's going to get 100% AP on her rush, most characters do prioritize their rush over their active, so she will generally only ever do her active if her rush is controlled or she gets AP drained. Otherwise, she's just going to continue rushing, which I definitely wouldn't think is a bad thing because she can still heal herself with that, but she also heals someone else as well. So far, Tanya's medic kit isn't actually too bad. It is very medic-like. If we go to the last part of her kit, which is her specialist, she is an Outlast character. When this specialist is defeated, their death is delayed by 1 turn, during which they may still take an action and they receive 100% AP. So if she didn't already have her rush, which she's going to have a lot of the time because she's already got 100% AP on the rush itself, she would be guaranteed to get it. So if she got AP drained or something during, you know, the takedown, she'd get her rush based on this specialist skill. And then her rush is a massive heal and a revive. So potentially, let's say if you had 2 Tanyas, they could be constantly picking each other up if they weren't getting dropped on the same turn. This character is kind of reminiscent of Mia in that case, in that she's going to be reviving on her way out. Very frustrating to deal with Mia. She isn't got the damage output that Mia had, but she has got much better healing capability. Now, she has not got an attached weapon, so you can put whatever you want into her hands. The kind of weapon I would recommend on a defense team is to raise her HP as much as possible to make those heals nice and big, and also getting absolute defense or impenetrable defense, and the fast healing just to increase the kind of healing output she's going to be able to have. She's mainly going to be a tank character. You don't necessarily need AP on attack on her, because the second she rushes, she will obviously be just continuing to rush. It is completely up to you. You could go with a medium bonus to AP when attacking, which I think would be enough, and that way you could get slightly more HP, but there are very few characters that can take advantage of this, so I guess there's going to be very few people who have crafted a weapon like that. So Tanya as a medic, obviously very powerful. Hopefully not another 20 character, 30 character wait for the next medic. I do like seeing medics. They are kind of, you know, useful, especially in other parts of the game, not just in raids, but on raid defenses. They're always useful. Heals are very, very much appreciated by everybody. Do tell me what you think about Tanya though as an S-class character. Is she sort of the character that you got your eyes on? She could work on a multitude of teams. She can obviously go on Carry-An defense teams. She can go on Mercer defense teams. And she could also go on Jackie defense teams with getting leader bonus. And if you're free to play and still using Angel, she can also sit there as well. But do tell me what you think about Tanya in the comments. That is the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.